Hello, everyone, and we're live for episode 27 of the Fitness Business Growth Podcast. I'm here with Paige. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Really, really good. I'm really excited, guys. Today, me and Paige are going to talk about how to grow a multi-six-figure online fitness business, but really specialize in what do you actually put into your program? How do you deliver an amazing results for clients? Cue the intro, and we'll be back.
Welcome to the Fitness Business Growth Podcast, a podcast run by gym owners for gym owners. My name is Mitch, and along with Jamie, we are your hosts, and we will be discussing all the important things that you need to run a successful fitness business. From marketing to lead generation to sales to retention to staff and much, much more. So if you are a fitness business owner, then this is for you. We hope you enjoy the following episode, and we will speak with you soon.
Paige, we're back.
Woohoo, bring it on.
Before we broadcast live, everyone, Paige said she was a little bit nervous. So I'm curious, why are you feeling nervous?
Oh, it's just the first time I've ever been on a podcast, Jamie.
Really?
So that's probably why. Yes, yeah.
Cool. Well, Paige, we actually haven't spoken face-to-face. We've communicated lots in Slack. My person I talk to is Jake Majority, so I am very excited to go on the Paige Dudding journey with the audience that's listening today. But Paige is an owner of a multi-six-figure online business called Fitribe. Paige, I ask this question to every single person. If I met you at a party and I said, Paige, what do you do? What is your 3-minute elevator pitch?
Elevator pitch. All right. So realistically, I just love to help people. I think, through experience, personal experience myself through the health and fitness industry, I managed to just find a way out of a place that wasn't so great. And I just wanted to share that passion and just really help other people feel the way that, feel the good feelings that I felt. And then that obviously stemmed into creating Fitribe, which, for us is literally in the name. We want to create a fit tribe. Like that's literally where we created that, and just build a community full of females that just love health and fitness and actually enjoy it, basically.
So I went deep into your old Facebook pictures page. I do a little bit of research before
Yes.
our podcast,
Oh,
and I
gosh.
see you've on a massive weight loss journey yourself. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely.
How much weight have you lost, and over what time period? And for me, I love hearing the story pages of the magic moment. And what was that magic moment where you thought, enough's enough, I've got to make a change?
So basically, probably this was back in 2000, I want to say 2017 or 2018. Around that time, I was, drinking all the time, partying all the time, eating takeaway all the time. And I just felt crap. Like I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, this is not who I want to be. This is not where I want to be. I need to be doing something better for myself and feeling better for myself. So that was kind of the moment, was just looking in a mirror and just thinking, this isn't right. Something about this isn't right. And then just making that change and just saying enough is enough. Where do I start? Got myself a coach, got myself into the basics of researching. I started off with running, trying different things. But over time, I basically, over the space of about a year, I managed to lose, might have even been less than that, actually. Maybe over this period of like 6 to 12 months, I lost around 15 kilos. And just, it felt the instant difference in the weight loss. Not just the weight itself, but what comes with the weight loss, aka the confidence, the energy, not waking up feeling tired, all those good things that come with the weight loss, basically.
Yeah. For me, Paige, some of the best fitness professionals I know, some of the best fitness salespeople I know, they were overweight at some time, and they can speak about the client's pains in such detail that they feel really understood and really heard. Going to bed, waking up exhausted, not feeling like your old self, freaking out about going to a festival or a party because what am I going to wear? And that is good marketing. And if you can understand that and you truly relate and truly want to help, that is what it's all about. I love marketing and sales more than any person on earth, but at the end of the day, we're in this industry to help people, and that's a massive, massive component. Cool. So
Yeah,
before
yeah,
before
definitely.
before Fitribe, so you lost all the weight. You were involved in a
Yeah,
small group training facility with Jake and
yeah,
Jade. What was that experience like? And what was the moment that you thought, I'm going to Europe, I'm going online, I'm living the laptop life?
yeah. It was really a great experience because the group fitness studio that was my first step into the industry, which is great because a lot of people usually get one-on-one PTs. They have to go through that personally, but I never had to. I just went into a group studio straight away, which was really fun. I love face-to-face, fitness. I know Jake always mentions it, and Jake and Jade, having a studio potentially in the future. However, I know that's not the case because the online laptop lifestyle is really great and we can help a lot more people. But yeah, like realistically, that was kind of the start of it all. We became a bit of a dream team and, decided like, let's reach more people. Let's help more people. Let's specialize as well because the group fitness wasn't necessarily specialized.
Mm,
So now we really do specifically target people, I guess, like you said, through experience, right? Time poor individuals and specifically females as well. We love to coach females. They just seem, I guess, more receptible to the online space.
yeah, cool.
And then just decided, what, screw it. Like we can keep doing what we're doing and we can go travel Europe for 6 months because why the hell not? What's
Yeah, of course. And
why not?
before you had that first experience in your group fitness facility, I find for the majority of gym owners, online coaches, it's a fucking rude shock to what the fitness industry actually is. And
Yes.
people think, I love health and fitness. Everyone loves health and fitness. They're just going to walk in, give me their credit card details, sign here, and start. So, at what point did you think, well, hang on, like this isn't just about being passionate about fitness?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a massively big one for myself. I know, I don't know if Jake would have mentioned it, but for me, I was all about the health and fitness side of it, and I wasn't necessarily about like the sales side of it, which you don't realize. You really, when you start a group fitness studio, for some studios like F45s, you just join, you're a trainer, that's it, right? You just show up. For us, it was about building that business and really starting it from kind of the from scratch, right, and building it up from there. And you have to put in the time and the effort into one clients, making sure that they're happy with where they're at, they're getting a result, and then two, just building that business through calls, through sales. Like it was definitely nonstop for sure. But
Yeah.
you grow a lot when you get put into a scenario like that, especially I think myself, from when I first started that studio with Jake to where we are today, a very, very different person, Jamie.
My first experience was at Fitness First at Chatswood, and I was a
Yeah,
sales manager, and I wasn't a salesman's
yeah,
arsehole. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I went into what I would call like a boiler room. It was like there was three
yeah.
membership consultants. I was the manager with no experience, and we are like counting the leads, counting the calls, counting the bookings, counting the sales, counting the referrals. I thought this isn't
Yeah,
fitness.
yeah. This is a whole new area, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess when you transition to going online, because I work with 50 plus gym owners that own group gym, and a lot of them have the aspirations to go online and to make that transitions to impact a bigger audience, to perhaps have a little bit more freedom if they can. What was the experience like from you leaving the group fitness facility to starting your online business? And what was that? Was it 1 month? Was it 2 months? Was it 3 months? What was that transition period like?
I mean, it was pretty quick. We definitely moved fast here at Fitribe, and I think that's what's really a pro for us. I think in the space of literally, like, Fitribe was created within 3 days. Realistically, we left the gym, and then pretty much within one month, we went away for a weekend and created Fitribe in the space of 3 days, and we just and that again is through experience, right? We learned what systems there are to basically get in leads, how to run ads, all of these different things. And as I like to call myself, Jake and Jade, is the dream team. We each have our own sections and sectors of Fitribe that we run really well, but at the start we were all doing everything. So yeah, the transition, and to be extremely honest, was extremely quick because we had learned those skills and got experience from where we were before.
I mentioned it before, but I've never met a successful online coach, and I could be wrong here. If someone's watching, please comment below. I'd love to meet you. That it hadn't had face-to-face experience first. It hadn't had experience working in a big box gym or a small group gym, because you really do learn the ropes in regards to lead gen, lead nurture, and sales. And then it's just about putting it online. And obviously the numbers are different, but like it's predominantly the same thing. Get leads, get sales, retain.
Yeah.
The Fitribe was created in the weekend, and then you guys went to Europe. You guys went to Europe to live the laptop lifestyle. And from memory, you guys started to make about $20,000 a month. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And how long was it from we have 0 online clients to we're consistently doing $20,000 a month? What was that transition like? Like, how long did that take?
You know, it does vary. I can't, like, if Jake's very much on the data front, that's more so his kind of area. So he would know these numbers off by heart. For me, I guess, you know, when I think about it, we really did a bit of trial and error at the start because, you know, you have to understand that you have to test the waters. You have to figure out what works, because what works face to face necessarily is not going to work in the online space. So pretty much for the first like six months of Fitribe, we were doing that, you know, trial and error, and just getting to a place where we were getting that consistency was literally when we went away. You know, that's where it all started to roll, and we had that consistency and started to find the I guess the right marketing for us at the time.
And your first success was your Fitribe 8-week challenge. Like, how long did it take you to get to that point? Was that after a few months of testing and trialing what was working, you launched ads for an 8-week challenge, and then overnight it started taking off?
Not quite. definitely not quite. Not an instant success. Unfortunately, nothing really is an instant success. I mean, sometimes there's, you know, as you know, there's ads that work really well, and it's amazing. And as soon as you find them, you're like, this is the gold mine. We found who we can help, and we can really double down and go hard on that, which we have now up until this point. You know, but prior to that, on the 8-week challenge, again, we were still kind of going for a bit of a generalized, you know, we hadn't exactly found our niche yet, Jamie. And I think that's probably a big thing. We'd always played with teachers and nurses, which, you know, because it's quite close to home for all of us. Jake's whole family are teachers, and we used to have the gym studio near nurses. So that's realistically why we love to coach those type of people, because we actually understand them so well. You know,
Paige,
which means we can help them more.
Let's back up a bit before you chose your niche. And I guess we need to define the niches in a second. You were just doing general weight loss for every woman on earth. Is that fair to say?
Pretty much. We tested a few different countries as well.
Yeah. And I guess, like, for anyone listening, like, if you do go online, if you are targeting the entire population, every single woman in Australia, you are competing with Chris Hemsworth's Center app. And his app is $8. You are not going to beat Thor, the most handsome man in Australia. And
there's no chance.
That's why you hear about the power of niching down, because you cannot become the biggest expert in weight loss in Australia for females. However, you can become the expert of helping women over the age of 30 that are nurses and teachers, and really articulate their pain, their problems, and speak to that person directly, as opposed to generalized weight loss. And it's almost a complete, like, fallacy. You think, well, if we target more people, we'll get more leads. But sometimes if you target the niche, you actually stand out. And it's what's called a blue ocean in internet marketing. You need to find your blue ocean. What is the ocean that is untapped? And for you and Jake and Jade, it's been teachers and nurses. Did you test many niches before you found that one, or was it weight loss into that niche?
Yeah, it was quite broad. So it was really weight loss and women. Sometimes we would change the interests. We did actually try different job roles, you know, just to see specifically if that would change it up. So yeah, we did a lot of testing. I think we did office work like administration. We thought that one would be really popular, but it necessarily wasn't. There was a few others as well, like lawyers. Just started really testing the waters to see what would work. And
try getting a lawyer to sign a contract over the phone.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
But this is such a great story, right? Because people hear that you are going to crack 100K this month, which is fucking outrageous. But what they don't see is the 6 months of trialing and testing and failing and trialing and testing and failing and thinking, is this for me? To now being a very happy ending.
Yeah, 100%. Like we started Fitribe back in February last year. So it's been a journey already. But a journey that I think has its highs and has its lows. And we just love every single minute of it to up until now, like you said, 100K possibly this month. Well, 100K this month, it's coming.
Yeah, it's cool. So with the niche teachers and nurses, you mentioned why you kind of chose those people.
Yeah.
But once you chose those niche, once your marketing became a little bit more tailored towards them, you were attention teachers, attention nurses. Where do you feel like it all turned around for you? Was it that you spoke their language? Was it that you found that other people weren't targeting them? Like, why do you think those niches have been so successful for you?
Yeah, like a bit of both, to be honest. I think there's definitely a bit of a gap. We haven't really seen anywhere out there that does what we do, targeting, nurses and teachers specifically. So a bit of a gap in the market, but also, the language, like I said, from, coaching nurses back at the fitness studio and Jake's whole family being teachers, you definitely learn the lingo and you understand the struggles and the pain points specifically, which is like, I have no time, or I prioritize everyone else but me. And that's a big one specifically for nurses, but also teachers. They do overtime, they kind of look after the kids and their partners and their cats and their dogs, but they don't look after themselves because they're just too busy for them. Well, and I guess that's a it's a kind of sometimes a lack of priority as well, right?
Yeah, and here's a quick copywriting crash course. Attention women that want to lose weight doesn't cut through, but attention nurses in New South Wales that work long hours, that work shift work, that put everyone else's needs in front of their own, introducing our 8-week Fitribe challenge for people to get in shape in an effective, enjoyable, and quick manner, because you deserve to feel like your best. I've written a lot of copy, but that is how you cut through. That is how you cut through, because imagine you're a nurse, you've just finished your shift, you're exhausted, you hop in your car and you see that ad and like, far out, like, Paige has written this ad for me, I have to learn more.
Yeah, definitely. They literally read it and they're like, wow, this person is speaking to me. This is for me.
Cool. One thing I really admire about your brand and Fitribe, and I was really going through it the last couple of days, is I find that you, Jake, and Paige are unapologetically yourselves on your Instagram and your Facebook. I've got to ask, Paige, what is with the speed dealers? What are with those glasses? Where did that come from?
You know what? Credit to Jade on this one. She is the marketing queen. And Jake obviously does a lot of running and triathlons, so he would wear the glasses for his running because they're made pretty much for runners. And we just thought one day, Jade just thought one day, like, let's just start to use it in our content because it's different. Who else do you see wearing those speed dealer glasses? Absolutely nobody. So it's more like a standout point that we want to kind of make, where people, go, oh, that's Fitribe. They wear those weird glasses and they help ladies, nurses and teachers lose weight. Like that's them. So just a standpoint, and credit to Jade on that one for sure.
Awesome. And when you run so much paid traffic, the majority of people will look at your Instagram page, your Facebook page before they click learn more, and especially after they book that phone call. And that's where great content can be so effective, because I'm sure Jake hears it on sales calls like, oh my God, I feel like I already know you, because they've so much content, right? So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So Paige, in Europe, I want to discuss that, like, because I went to Europe when I was younger, and I have very
Mm-hmm.
poor discipline. I am a terrible drinker. I black out drunk. I sleep in for 10 hours. How did
Okay.
you run a business in Europe when you were out having fun, drinking, getting up, serving clients? Like, what was that like for you? Because the laptop lifestyle, it's that classic picture of you sitting around a pool, drinking a cocktail on a laptop, but that's not quite how it works.
I'll be honest, we're a little bit different to most people and most trainers. Like, not specifically myself. Like, I like to drink sometimes. Jake and Jade don't necessarily drink that much. So for me, being around Jake and Jade, you tend to not drink as much, which means we weren't really drinking. We were spending the first half of the day, looking after clients, getting new clients in the door, marketing, all of that. And then next half of the day, it was a lot of tourist stuff. And really, we just love food, Jamie. We love food. That's it. We'd have late nights and it would be going to get some donuts.
Yeah.
So the discipline was just really on the food, not necessarily, I guess, the alcohol. So we didn't have that delayed hangover as you usually would, right?
And I guess, like, you guys being in a partnership and having your different roles in the business, how do you guys keep each other accountable?
I think because we know each other so well and we're just so comfortable with each other that we will just, we'll call each other out on things if we're not doing what we're meant to be doing. We do now have, I guess, what we call our own lanes. So our own departments where we know exactly kind of what everyone else is focusing on. We have a weekly meeting on a Friday to check in and see how the progress is going. So we have that sense of accountability. But like I said, because we're so close, if we see something not being done, we'll instantly just call each other out. And that's how it is.
People often think, like, because Mitch is my best friend from high school. We've been friends since 2006. Yeah. And people have asked me, like, do you guys have boundaries where, like, it goes from, like, colleagues to friends? But because we just love business, we love what we do, we love talking about it, boundaries do not exist. Our entire dialogue is around fitness business growth and also our two teams, Breakthrough Active. And I'm sure you guys are similar where it's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, 100%. Even in our spare time, like when we're hanging out, it's like, how can we grow Fitribe? What are we doing? What are we not doing? What can we be doing better? Obviously, you've got the friends chats always, like that's throughout the days, but it's definitely that balance of friendship and business at the same time, but it all interlocks together, which is great. I think it's great to be around that as well.
I've got another friend who is in business with his best friend, and me and him have a similar experience where it's actually hard for us to hang out with other people, because if a fourth person comes into the dream team, you guys have to deliberately not talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little different, and I think we even Jade likes to say we're in our sandbox, the three of us, and it can be hard when we introduce new people to the team because it's something that's not natural for us. But we learn. Everything's a learning curve. I think as no matter what, as we grow, we're just learning about ourselves and how we can kind of, communicate with the new person that comes on board. We recently brought on a CRO, Jason, and he does the revenue side of things. So it's just learning. Again, it's just, you just learn how that person communicates and I guess how to, how to just have discussions as well, I think, because it is different. It is definitely different when it's not your best friends, right?
Yeah. I think, like, as long as you're going towards the same thing, which is to grow Fitribe, one of you is going to be right, one of you is going to be wrong, and it's just like, what's the fastest way to get to the right decision?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, Paige, the reason why I brought you on is I want to talk about your lane in the business. From what Jake has described, you are very much in charge of client fulfillment, client delivery, to ensure they get results new. And if there's one thing I suck at, if there's one thing I should not be giving advice on, it is client delivery in a fitness business. Because with our online fitness business, I have check-in call and I have sales call. I'm like, I might be busy at that check-in time now. But it's the case of the online business journey is they can't get leads, can't get sales. They start getting sales, but then all of a sudden their fulfillment just breaks and they stop taking care of the clients they have, and before you know it, everyone's dropping off. So I would love to first cover the onboarding experience at Fitribe and how you guys systemize that, and what does that process look like for you. So Jake's just made a sale on Zoom, 12-month program, everyone's yahooing in Slack. What happens next?
Yeah. So pretty much from there, the client will get set up within 24 hours. I have literally a schedule in my day because I love Google Calendar, Jamie. It's my best friend. I have a time blocked off every single day at the end of the day to set up any new clients. So it's always happening. It's set Monday to Friday. And realistically, as soon as they come on board, I basically start to work on their program because, Jake or any salesperson takes a lot of notes. So we have all those notes and information to get them all set up anyway. They even have to fill out like a consultation form. So if there is any injuries, if there is any dietary requirements, we know that information through the form. So we obviously have all that information. I usually just set them up, get them good to go. If they've got any injuries, make adjustments to anything that needs to kind of be adjusted, and just cater to them. Like I said, not everyone's the same. So you've got to make sure that you really personalize the program. And I think that's what's really important. You're not just giving a cookie cutter program and saying, hey, good luck, there you go, see you later, because that just simply doesn't work.
Yeah. And what apps do you use to deliver your program?
So we use Trainerize. Trainerize is where we deliver our program. They even have like a meal plan app section attached to it now, which is really awesome. We used to have it split back in the day, which made life a little bit difficult, but now it's all part of an all-in-one system. And I just know anything online, you want it to be as simple as possible for the clients. Otherwise, the success is limited.
And do you have an initial onboarding call with them where you're face-to-face, getting to know them, running them through the program?
Yeah, so pretty much when they come on board, I'll get them all set up. I'll send them a text. I'll send them an email just to say, hey, you've all been set up. Any questions, just let me know. But you're all basically good to go for Monday. They will get a setup call as well, just to kind of introduce them, let them know who I am. And we always want to try and get people to join our community as well, because that's a massive thing. We have a lot of ladies, as you know, when you pick a niche, a lot of ladies in the same kind of boat. So it's good to have that community building around the same types of people, because they'll all have a similar pain point. And they can all help each other, which is just really great to see.
I can imagine there'll be lots of nurses memes flying around in your Facebook group.
Yeah, they love to all chat. Obviously, you get a bit of variance with the nurses and the teachers, but it's cool because a teacher will see another teacher comment, or a nurse will see another nurse comment, and they'll just comment on each other and kind of get to know each other as well, which is great.
And how do you foster that community online? How do you encourage it, and how do you create the Fitribe community?
Yeah, definitely. Like there's so many ways to do it. And I actually spend 2 hours a day on, client focused work, looking after clients, client growth. I'll also spend time on pretty much, engaging, getting more clients engaged in the community, because that's a massive focus. It is the online space, and it's important that you have them feeling like they are a part of something bigger, which I think is always important, and that they're not alone on it. But when it comes to the group itself, we actually do little giveaways. So little giveaways. We even do like little challenges. This month, we're literally doing a 30-day self-care challenge, and it requires them to actually post in the group every time they've ticked off a box.
Cool.
So they're posting. Yeah, so it really gets them interacting with each other. People will comment below. And yeah, we go live every week as well, once a week. It might be myself, Jake, or Jade. We mix it up: fitness, nutrition, mindset, mental health, goal setting, you name it. Like whatever they're struggling with, we want to know, and we want to help them with that.
So each individual has their own customized program through Trainerize, but then you'll run group challenges in the Facebook group to encourage people to work together. That's amazing.
Correct. Yeah, that's it. And they're good.
And when you go live in the group, is it like a Zoom call that people jump onto?
Yeah, so it does really vary. Like we do like to mix it up, because nobody likes seeing the same thing all the time. Sometimes it'll be like a presentation that we've created on Canva, so they can have that visual side of things. I know Jade, a couple weeks ago, did an actual live vision board creation, which was really cool. Getting them to create vision boards for themselves. And yeah, they jump on Zoom. They can be on there. They can ask questions. Like myself last night, I literally went live to show them how easy it was to create a 2-minute meal prep breakfast. And I went live for 5 minutes. So we love to just mix it up and just, again, focus on the clients and what they've really pinpointed as their struggles or areas where they struggle, aka quick and easy meals or goal setting.
Yeah, that's so cool, right? Because the community is basically accountability at scale. How do you keep them accountable? And how does the community help them keep them accountable? And if they got their own workout buddy, their own nutrition buddy, a person they communicate with, they do your job for them.
Yeah, like for their programs, it's really important that we give them that accountability. I think that's the biggest thing whenever I speak to somebody on on a call that is interested in us, and they want to inquire within, the biggest thing that they seem to be missing every time is accountability. Like they buy these programs and then they never do them because they don't have anybody to talk to or hold them accountable. So, realistically, we actually do fortnightly check-ins with them, which is done via like a check-in form, and they get a Loom video reply, which is me. But as we grow, we obviously want to bring on some more coaches, which I think is really exciting to take care of our clients so that they are getting, the best attention and love that they need. And realistically, every month they actually jump on a one-on-one Zoom call with us. So when I say us, me, because I do all the clients, it's one-on-one. They do it for about 20 to 30 minutes. And they just talk to me about their month, what's been a win, what's their challenges, what do they want to, it's kind of like a reassessment as well every month, hey, are we progressing, or has your goals changed? Are you still wanting to achieve this? So it's just really good touch points, I think, for the clients to know that there's these points as part of the program.
And the thing that I find that online coaches struggle with is what to actually include in their program. And I had clients, including myself, when I first got started. Sometimes you feel like you can build yourself a bit of an online prison. You think, what are these people paying for? I have to message them every 30 seconds. But then once you create the group community, and then you have that frequency of time where it's a fortnightly check-in with a form. So you'll review their form on a Loom video and give them feedback, and then an actual monthly face-to-face check-in.
Yeah. And it works really well. They love it. They do love the feedback.
Yeah. And I actually like the monthly check-in too, because you can obviously update their program for the following month, and it gives them a reason to keep staying on, right? Because if the program's, let's use the word periodized, you can start off month 1 to month 2, and you can almost draw a map of what it looks like to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just a good touch point. Like if they're unhappy with anything, if you jump on the call and the client's like, I hate doing X, Y, Z. Obviously, I know sometimes that's a hurdle and we just need to get them past that. But, I've always been a big believer, if you're not enjoying this, you're not going to want to keep doing this. So let me help you enjoy it. Like, how can I make it better for you? Help me help you.
Everything in life, Paige, for like, especially fitness, is, do they enjoy it and are they accountable?
Yeah.
How do you find bringing on a nurse or a teacher that's 30 kilos overweight? They've tried keto, they've tried fasting, they've tried Center, they've tried every single diet we've ever heard of. How do you try and break them down in a positive way to get them to make that shift, to change their mindset or their beliefs around food and health in general?
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard question because it really does depend on the person. Like, it definitely depends on the person. And there's so many different ways to, I guess, work with a client. And that's what's the trick of being a coach, right? Is you have to, especially at that first call, when you welcome them on board, you have to figure out what's going to push them and what's going to push them to success. So when it comes to, I guess starting out, it's figuring out where they're starting at the first point. Are they a beginner? Are they intermediate? Have they been working out for ages and just never seen a result? All these different kinds of questions play a role in where you go next with the program or how you start the program. So I hope that answers the question, but it
Yeah.
definitely does just depend on the character.
Yeah. From what I've seen 2 pages, quite often online coaches will give someone the most advanced program with the perfectly written out meal plan, macros, calorie, micronutrient supplements, periodized program, German volume training. This person hasn't trained their entire life. They're not going to do the perfect program. So it's just about habit stacking, like reach 10,000 steps, drink your water, go to bed on time.
Yeah, that's it, right? You've got to take a much more holistic approach to it rather than just going, "Hey, here's a plan, fitness, nutrition, that's it." It's so much more to that. And even on like our fortnightly check-ins, it is we have a couple questions where we check in, like, how was the training plan? How do you feel? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling exhausted? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Really just checking in and even asking, like, how's your sleep levels? How's your stress levels? Because all those things are so important for somebody getting a result. They might be doing everything right on paper, but they might not be getting enough sleep. And that could just be the one factor, making that difference.
And getting to the point that you are now where it's so systemized, it's worked, you're getting results. What was your biggest mistake that you made when you first started doing online coaching in regards to fulfillment?
I think, we started with short term. We were, back to, like you mentioned, we were doing 8-week challenges, and I'm not going to lie, they're great. They're great to get quick results, but it's not creating a long-term sustainable mindset. So now that we do long-term programs, we're really getting people that actually want to make a change for the rest of their life rather than just have us as a filler in for the next 8 weeks, which has been an absolute game changer. So I would say nothing wrong with an 8-week challenge at all. But I think having the shorter term programs are great for certain people. And, I actually still love them for certain people because that's what works for them. But also having, now creating the longer term programs, I think work a lot better for that long term mindset.
So that's interesting, right? Because you guys were doing 8 weeks. You've now shifted to 26 weeks and 52 weeks. And at the end of the day, if we are in the business of getting people results, especially online when renewal is a lot lower than in person, we need to work with them for as long as possible. And on that first sales call, we need to get the utmost buy-in. And sometimes I want to lose 8 kilos in 8 weeks for a wedding, or it's, hey, like I've been overweight my entire life. I need a coach for 12 months to guide me through this process.
Yeah, 100%. And I love it because it's really putting, those goals in place. And then when you do those monthly check-ins, you're not just, you've got I don't want to say end game goal, but you've got the long-term goal, and then you can set short-term goals with them as well. Like, hey, when we jump on this monthly call, let's set a goal to, I guess, get better sleep. Let's improve your sleep by an hour. Or, let's try and focus on lowering your stress levels, because you've got super high stress. Let's try this for the next month. And just setting those mini goals that are always going to help that bigger goal, I think is really just important for all the clients.
Have you guys ever thought about doing Fitribe events or anything down the line like that?
Yeah. It's in the works. It's in the works, Jamie. Definitely that's in Jade's lane for sure. But yeah, we want to do, like online events. We want to do something called, Fit World, basically, where we have live speakers and we can really educate, not just our clients, but the world, from different people, and also live events. Like I would love for us to have live events for Fitribe. I think it would just be so fun, so amazing, and just having communities around the world. Obviously Australia's, I'd like to say, just the beginning for us.
I mentioned to Jake, and it's true with most online businesses, I think people would be surprised just how many members you get from rural Australia. Like it is mind blowing. Like when people forget that like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, it's like this side of the mountain, and the other side of the mountain sometimes live hours and hours from gyms, and they're dying for that community. They want that connection, and just for a nurse to talk to another nurse who's going through the same problems, it is really, really powerful. And that is the biggest thing I struggle with my online business, was creating accountability at scale. and community at scale. Because if you can do that, you can really remove yourself from doing a check-in every 3 hours.
Yeah, definitely. And I always, especially on the at the start with the clients, I always say, hey, look, I don't want to check in with you every few hours because I don't want to baby you and you don't want to be babied either. And that's the honest truth. I want you to become this independent woman who can do this on her, can do this without needing that that touch all the time, right? Obviously the first month, I actually, I guess we like to over deliver. We say we give fortnightly check-ins, but realistically, I actually touch base with them once a week in their first month because I want to make sure that they are off to a great start because that is the most important thing, So that's where we focus on that. But yeah, rural is really, really big for us. People that just are hours away from pretty much anything.
Yeah. Paige, you have a cancellation request. Paige, I want to cancel my Fitribe membership. I'm unhappy for XYZ. What is your process there? How do you save them and get them back on board?
I just had one of these, Jamie. I just had one of these literally probably 2 weeks ago. She was trying things, it just wasn't working. And I think for any client, it's understanding that, hey, just because this isn't working for you, it doesn't mean it's not the right fit. We just need to try a new tactic, right? So, for example, she didn't like tracking the food. And I said, hey, look, instead of tracking your food, I just want you to take photos of your food and just write what you ate. And that's it. That's just one change I want you to now make for the next 7 days. And so we implemented that, and we started creating new strategies to put in place. So again, it always does depend on why they're wanting to cancel. But realistically, it's because they're not getting a result or because something's not working for them. So it's like, okay, well, if this isn't working, let's try this. We're not giving up. I'm not letting you leave. Like you came in for this reason and I want to help you make this change. So I'm not letting you quit on me. That's how I guess I go into it.
And that is such a difference between the 8 weeks and 26 weeks and 52 weeks. Like you've made the commitment.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah,
and I guess like when you're talking someone off their ledge, it's almost another sales call. Because they'll say, I haven't got time, I haven't got money, when it's the fact that they're not getting results. So firstly, what is the actual issue? Like specifically, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And how can we work through that together?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, what's really important about having those touch points and actually just understanding the client from start to finish. You need to know their journey to then, if they do at one point say, hey, look, I want to quit. Well, no, like I know you want this. I know you want this because you've been telling me this for the past 3 months. We're trying these things, right? So it's just knowing that client so well. And just building that relationship with them. I think that's what clients love as well, is having that relationship and feeling heard.
Yeah. And that's where having that relationship is so critical, because if you have a good relationship, you can ask really difficult questions. So Paige, let's say that you quit, you throw in the towel, not the first time you've done it. What does your future look like over the next 2 weeks, 2 months, or a decade if you continue down the path of gaining weight? And that question said by the wrong person who doesn't know their name, their kid's name, their dog's name is very, very offensive. But if you genuinely care and you know them and you know what their goal is, you can actually ask those questions, because people are horrible at articulating their goals, their fears, their frustrations, and more importantly, like just getting them to imagine, like, well, if you lose these 10 kilos, what does it look like?
Yeah.
And they'll say it looks good. No, specifically, like, what does it look like for you at Christmas? Like when you just getting them to visualize the best case and worst case is so powerful to sell someone, but to also save someone.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to paint that picture for them and really get them to just imagine what life would be like.
Paige, how do you renew someone on an online program? One thing I also sucked at.
So this one, because obviously we're pretty new to the long term, Jamie. So it's that refreshment, I guess, hasn't necessarily happened for us just yet. But realistically, when it came to like the 8-week challenges and getting them to renew or go longer, like we actually have clients that have been with us for over a year. So back to when we had, original 12-week programs prior to the 8-week. We've tried a lot of things, Jamie. We've tried a lot of things. And again, it's just in terms of renewing, it's really what we just spoke about, building that relationship, making them feel heard, making sure that they are getting a result. And if they're not, figuring out how and why why and how you can help them. And that's realistically it. I think just building that relationship to the point where they feel comfortable enough and they are seeing that result that they want to see, that they want to keep working with you. And just, I guess, reassessing their goals as well, I think is always important at the end of any program. You need to reassess and go, hey, have we achieved this? And then go, what's next? Like, what are you wanting to achieve next? Really trying to look into the future for them, because obviously we've all got a goal, but as soon as we get there, we've got another goal. We've always got another goal.
Yeah. We're never going to be happy with how we look, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, unfortunately not. And it's frustrating.
Yeah. That's one thing where the community is good too. If they are so ingrained in the community, especially in the group fitness world, it's pretty easy to cancel a gym membership, but it's very hard to cancel that community if you have Fitwell, if you have the Christmas party coming up. And that is something that we push so much at our gyms. It's just the community aspect where their friendships almost like they're above the results at some points.
Yeah, that's it. You want them to be, creating a friendship not only with the coaches, but with the clients as well, so that everybody just feels like this massive family in a way, right?
So Paige, you went to Europe, grew a business, you're back, you're about to make $100,000 this month, which is outrageous. What is the future of Fitribe over the next 3, 6 to 12 months?
I mean, the future is, for one, exciting, Jamie, for sure. It's definitely big. I think for us, obviously, it's right now focusing on Australia, growing Australia, looking at live events. How can we grow our community? That's always the question. How can we grow our community? Because it's something we value massively. But for the future, I guess it's definitely looking into it. We want to expand into, our mission is to basically, become the #1 online female fitness destination in the world. That is our mission statement. And for us, that's massive. So bit by bit, we want to, launch into new countries and eventually, I say worldwide domination, Jamie, that's what I always like to say, in the best way possible for nurses and teachers. But, lots of exciting things, live events, and just growing, I think is massive.
That is so exciting. And how many members do you have in your program at the moment?
Currently, at the moment, we've got actively around 80 to 90.
And then worldwide domination would be 800 to 900 at any given point.
Honestly, Jamie, over 1 million ladies is what I keep writing on my goals. I want to help and serve over 1 million ladies worldwide.
Yeah, I love that so much, Paige, because it is like why we all got into the industry. We love health and fitness. And the fact that you were overweight and you've lived that journey, you've walked a day in their shoes, you can articulate their pain so much. I think when you lose weight, you understand just how much better you feel. And you want every other person to experience that. And it comes through.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially when you go through it, you start to be able to resonate with so many people. And, because you go through that experience, you learn through experience the best tools and the best ways to cope with certain strategies that you can then share with your other clients, But I also, as a coach, I'm always upskilling myself. I'm currently doing a nutrition course at the moment with precision nutrition, and that in itself is helping me every day when I go to talk to a client to implement new strategies and try new things with these clients that maybe I wouldn't have tried before, because I'm learning more and enjoying it as well.
Yeah, what really bothers me, Paige, like I have gym owners that come to me saying, Jamie, I need help to achieve XYZ. And they've got horror story after horror story of just basically getting ripped off. Right. And you'd have the same experience where women come into Fitribe, they've done Duromine, they've done Lucy Rhodes, they've done fucking bariatric surgery, they've done it all. And when I have that breakthrough with that gym owner, when you have that breakthrough with that overweight person, it's almost like a magic moment where they just, so like, I can eat carbohydrates.
Yeah, Yeah, and it's exciting. Like it really does like warm my heart when I jump on a call with somebody and they're like, Paige, I did this, you know, I'm feeling so much more energized than I was. I'm waking up happy. Like and to me, every time I hear something good from a client, I just get so excited because I'm like, that's another life we're changing. And for me, that's massive.
In 2008, I was 19. I ran a shitty little boot camp called J Train. Don't laugh at the name, J Train. J Train boot camp. It was at
I love it.
New South Wales, and I trained a lady by the name of Rebecca, and she lost 25 kilos. Not from my doing.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just run up the hill. But she lost 25 kilos and she fell pregnant. Right, that was her goal.
Oh wow,
that was her goal.
Amazing.
And that is the impact that Fit Pros can have on people. But it all starts with like understanding what they want to achieve, getting them into your program, and keeping them accountable.
Yeah, 100%. That's it.
And if you and Jake and Jade ever want to start a new group fitness facility, how about P-Train?
Don't even get me started. Fit Train. I would love it. But I also understand the reasons not to as well. So it's okay.
Well, Paige, I want to thank you so much for being on today. I've learned a shit ton about client fulfillment and delivery. And honestly, one of the biggest questions I get is, what do I include in my online program? And I'm sure you've heard it all, where people are writing out these comprehensive, detailed calorie macro plans, this program that goes for 12 weeks, and you end up building yourself an online prison, and you can only fulfill 10 clients. So the fact that you systemize it is truly, truly amazing. And I'm so happy and proud to be on the journey with you, Jake and Jade.
Amazing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jade. Paige.